So hello everyone, welcome back to the Codersarts. So in previous video that we have discussed and created the register student activity UI, and we also created this UI in which we have uses the edit text, multiple edit text and the button for saving the data to the local database. So if you haven't gone through this video, so you have to go through that video first and then only you can continue with this video. So let's come back to our today's video. In this today's video we are going to create a adapter class which is basically used for communicating the UI and the recycler view and the SQLite database. So basically what is going to happen, we have to create a class which is known as the student list adapter. By using this adapter class we can just communicate by using the RecyclerView and the room database. So now what we have to do, we have to just create some classes. So here you can go and click on the right click here, and there you can just create a class. Okay, in this class you have to just write the name, which is the basically student registry adapter. So let's type the name, which is student registry adapter. So basically the name of this class will totally depend upon the requirement. So we are going to show a list in this adapter, so we are just getting the name for the student list adapter. So this is the name that I have given. You can give any name according to your convenience. Just click on enter. The Kotlin class will be declared successfully, and then after you have to just write some code, write some item click or anything, so you can just use it. So let's write the code here. In this brace we have to use a private constructor, private val on on item click, on item click listener. Okay, so basically in this on item click we have to use student class. Okay, by using this student class we have to use a lambda function here so that we can get the unit. Okay, in this unit we can just extend one more class named as the list adapter. Okay, in this list adapter we have to pass both of the data type, which is student comma student list adapter, and we also need to pass our view holder. So we haven't created the class, but we can type it here. Okay, dot student list or student view holder. Okay, in this student view holder we can use our view holder class for also passing here student diff callback. Okay, so for pressing the like the item in this, so we have to use a callback method. So how we can create it, we can also use the student diff callback method. Callback. Okay, so here we have to create this first of all. Like as you can see, you have to implement all the member function here, which is the on create and on bind holder, and then you have to just click on OK. Once it is created, so you can see our we have to also create an inner class for it, this view holder. Okay, so we have to write this class name is inner INN inner class. Okay, so this is the basic thing that we have to implement here. Control X and we can paste it here. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to just use the binding class for the constructor. So we have to create an one item view as well for representing the item in the recycler view in the format of the card. So how we can do it, we have to create an XML file. So click on layout, right click and just go to the layout resource file and just use like item student. Okay, so we have to get the name, this layout item is the item student. So item underscore student. Okay, so just click enter and we have to just write some code here. So first of all we have to show a text view and with the student name and the roll number with the format of text view. So we have to use the linear layout first. Okay, so in this linear layout we are using some text view. So what we have to do, we have to use the text view. Okay, and we have to give the width with the wrap content and the height with the wrap content. Okay, and text will be student name, student name. Okay, so and also we need to give some ID here. So ID is @ID and the text view name. Okay, so we have to close this brace for now and we have to give some size as well if you want. So the text size is basically 16 sp. Okay, and then we also copy paste this item for creating the new one. Okay, so this is for the text view roll number, so we have to change this ID here. Roll number. Okay, so we have just select it and Control Alt plus L for reformatting the code, and then after we also give the orientation here. Orientation will be vertical and the height will be the wrap content. Okay, and we also need some padding here, so we can give the padding is 16 sp or dp. Okay, so these are the things, and secondly we have to use this as a roll number. So let's see how it's going to look like. We have to give some margin first, which is 10 dp. Okay, so this is the basically card that we are using in our screen. So let's see how it's looking. So just click it here and we have to use some tool here, which is list item, which is item student. Okay, so this is how our UI is going to look with the student name and the roll number. So let's make it bold first. Okay, so that it will look good. So text style which is bold. Okay, so in activity main we can see, yeah, so it is looking good now. So then after we have to use the student list adapter, and we need to create the some classes as well, which is known as the student diff callback. So let's create this class. Okay, so we need to create a class called as the student. Okay, so just name it. Okay, so yeah, as we can see that we have some type of argument that we have passed here. Okay, so let's correct it here, and we can also extend something like for diff util. Okay, so let's diff util, and by using this util we have to use the item callback. So item callback, in this item callback we are passing the student here that we are getting. Okay, so let's write this in this section. Okay, and then we have to just uh, create a parenthesis here. Okay, so once it done, then we have to override some methods. Okay, they're using the student here. Sorry, student, and just implement the member function here. Just click on OK. So we have created the diff callback, we have created the view holder, and then we have to write some code for the recycler view. So like what we have to do, we have to just write the recycler view. In the inner class, like we have to first pass some binding here. Okay, so what is the binding here? So private val binding, which is type of item student binding. Okay, so we have to pass this item student binding, and we have to extend the recycler view holder. Okay, so recycler view dot view holder. Okay, and then we have to initialize it. Okay, in this view holder class we have to just pass the binding dot root as well. Dot root. Okay, so we have to create a function which is known as the bind. So now what we have to do, we have to just use that method. So we have to create a fun bind and just pass student. Okay, so we are using the binding dot text view name dot text equal to dollar of student dot first name dollar of student of last name. Okay, last name. Okay, so we have binding the first name and the last name here, and now we have to bind the roll number dot text, and in this text we are just passing the student dot roll number. Okay, so these are the things, and then we have to binding the root. In this binding dot root we have to apply a set on click listener as well. In this listener, we have to pass the on item click. On item click. In this on item click, we have to pass the student. Okay, great. So we have created all the things here, and now we have the student view holder. Now we have the student call leaf, and then we have to do some more thing, like we have to return here something. Okay, so what we have to return old item dot id equal to new item dot id. Okay, so we have to return the boolean if double is equal to both are equal. So then we have to return old item double equal to new item. So these are the things that we have to do here for the callback method, and then we have to use for the this student view holder method in onCreate. So now what we have to do in onCreate method, we have to create a variable here which is val binding equal to item. So student binding dot inflate layout inflator dot from. We have to pass the context here, so we have to use the parent dot context. Okay, and then we have to use comma. What is this? We have to pass the view group, so this is parent. Okay, so once the parent is done, then we have to pass some boolean variable as well, which is false. Okay, so everything is done, so we have to use the return binding dot root, or we have to just use the some view holder. So what we have to do, we have to just pass this view holder here, not a binding dot root. So which is student view holder, which is called binding. Okay, so we have done with the onCreate view holder. Now we have to, it's time to work with the onBind view holder. So in this onBind view holder, we have to write some more code here. So which is val student equal to get item and pass the position here, and then holder dot bind the student. Okay, so we have done with the adapter class, so we don't need any other changes more. So we are going to just use this adapter, and we also created the UI for the item student. So that's all for this video. In next video, we are going to integrate all of the things, and then we have to execute our project like for the output reason. So we also going to fix this error as well. So thank you for being with us. Thank you so much.